I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا يلا كل واحد مكانه كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠어요.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile.
PUBG Mobile!
Thailand number one.
ก็รู้สึกตื่นเต้นแล้วก็รู้สึกดีที่ได้เป็นตัวแทนประเทศไทย
เป้าหมายก็แค่ที่ 1 ของโลกครับตอนนี้เพราะว่าไม่อยากเป็นที่ 2 กับที่ 3 ครับที่ 2 ที่ 3 โลกไม่จำครับก็เลยต้องเอาแต่ที่ 1 ประมาณนั้นเลยฮะเรามาเพื่อเอาที่1แล้วครับไม่ได้มองที่ 2 ที่ 3 เลย
มีเป้าหมายมาเป็นที่1โลกอยู่แล้ว
PMSC Fighting!
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it.
CPT puts a capital W on the scoreboard here as we get done with round number 2, and what a win it was. 22 kills to boot. and really representing China very, very well.
I cannot believe how even the teams are in the rankings right now as far as the total number of kills, the same exact amount for each Chinese team. And again, they're far and away ahead of everyone else. I believe more than double every other team.
Definitely. China just showing up and pretty much just doing some insane plays in their accuracy too. I was just talking to some of the teams and they were telling me that at one point, pretty much 4 of their tires just got blown out and they didn't know how it happened. Insane accuracy for mobile.
Yeah, very, very scary, and a lot of these teams are going to have to step up if they want to compete with our Chinese teams so far. However, we're only 2 games in. Of course, we have 10 more games to go across these next 3 days, which is very, very exciting indeed. But beyond that, something that I wanted to kind of point out from our previous game was all that cliff fighting. It's not often you actually see that go down, but when it does, it gets a bit messy, a bit scrappy, and LH was actually one of the teams that got punished by all of that.
They really did. GT Doyu secured the compound that was available, and then after that, it was like, well, do we really want to crash this with 12 teams left remaining?
Yeah.
Let's go try to find somewhere on the outskirts, maybe on the cliff side, but it seems like a lot of other teams maybe had the same plan, so you had some on the bottom of the cliff, some on the top, some behind this ledge and behind that, and you had EVOS out there fighting, you had LH Doyu out there fighting, I believe BRT was out there. It was just a really kind of chaotic, and ultimately some of the teams that were expected to finish quite high, they got knocked out.
Yeah, and even at one point, Haru pretty much just drove into near the cliff, and then Illuminate was just waiting patiently. It was laying down and able to just mow him down. So those cliffs things, they're definitely a little bit dangerous, but we also saw something that we haven't seen before, and is that you can actually go ahead and climb up those cliffs, and I don't think Evo was even expecting that whatsoever, because you saw him just healing his teammate, and he wasn't worried about it.
I didn't know that was a thing either, so I learned something new today. Hopefully you guys at home did as well.
All right, and we can learn a little bit more about some more of our teams here that are playing in the tournament. 4 more teams look to crown themselves world champ.
My ID is Hyro Official. It's also my account name in all over the streaming platforms and all over the internet on social.
My name is Chris. ID is Ken Rees. I'm 20 years old, live in Oslo, Norway.
Merhaba, ben Erkan Özmen. Sakarya'da yaşıyorum, 29 yaşındayım. Sezon 1'den beri PUBG Mobile oynuyorum. Avrupa birinciliğinden sonra mesleğimi bırakıp profesyonel yayıncılığa başladım. Aynı zamanda profesyonel oyuncuyum.
Merhabalar, ismim Oğuzhan, 19 yaşındayım. TOG'un anlamını olmadığını zannediyordum fakat Almanca'da anlamı varmış.
Everyone calls me Hyro since I was a child, and also I'm using this name as a stage name while I'm singing.
İşi bırakmadan önce özel bir sektörde, özel bir lastik fabrikasında kalite uzmanı olarak görev yapıyordum. Kalite departmanında çalışıyordum. Aslında bu benim için bahane oldu çünkü ben bir rahatsızlığım var benim. Tip 1 diyabet hastasıyım ben, şeker hastasıyım. Benim geceleri çalışmam ya da ağır işte çalışmam, yalnız kalabileceğim ortamlarda çalışmam benim için sakıncalı sağlığım açısından.
This is actually has been made from my main sponsor. I asked them to be creative and do something for me, and they just come up with some other ideas. Yeah, that's me. We mostly rush, and we are close range players. Mid and close range players with DOH. I am also a translator, live translating everything from English to Turkish to English. And the second mission I got is rushing, close range and mid range. Basically the main gunner and assault.
Sniper diyebilirsin yani. K98 karıştırma.
Yakın mesafe oyuncusuyum, otomatik silahı iyi kullanıyorum. Bu aydaki hedefimiz şampiyon olmak.
Also, meeting all the other players is really fun. It's really professional, so it's a great experience being here.
Every player has their own specialty, so the positioning is the most important part, and we try to be positioned regarding our specialties. So, okay guys, most of you I know very closely, and I love you all, you know that, but prepare yourself. We are coming. Prepare yourself. We are coming.
My name's Sadie, I go by Sandy, 26, and I'm from... Okay, my name is Olivia. My name on Twitch is Ollie Pocket. I'm 29 years old, from Germany. pretty grateful to be here. It's like my first time being in something on this large of a scale, so just extremely grateful.
Dubai is beautiful and really interesting. I'm really thankful for the chance to compete in such a tournament.
I just think that it's really cool that there's a group of all girls and we're all from different countries getting together and competing.
I would say like a smart play style. Smart play style is what I like most. Sometimes you have to be aggressive and sometimes you just have to remain passive. It depends on the situation that you're in.
I'm a bit more a safe player. I don't do anything too aggressive for the most part unless I'm pretty sure of the...
Hot drop Pochinki. Maybe not in a tournament, but in general, really. Yeah, Pochinki fellas.
I'm pretty laid back. I do rage a little bit and joke around, kind of make jokes a lot.
Yeah, they said they're maybe a bit jealous because of course they would like to be here too. A bit jealous, yeah, because of the weather here. I mean, in Germany it's already snowing, doesn't want to be here.
I did tell them about it. They were all pretty supportive and wanted me to go because it would be a cool experience to do something like this very often. So everybody was very supportive. I mean, ideally it would be #1, but I guess having fun is like the most important part because that's pretty much what I'm here for.
Don't underestimate our power.
Watch out. Okay, you want me to say it to him?
大家好，我们是浪花战队我身高1.76米。
Hello， 大家好，我是浪花战队的花臂，我的游戏 ID 是 Ace。
大家好，我是来自斗鱼浪花战队的烂子弹 LZD。
大家好，我是斗鱼浪花战队的涂大壮 TDJ。我国内打过很多赛事吧，这是第一次出国打那个比赛。
当然我们算是国内的一线队伍，大概100多万、200万吧，都有吧，各一半。只有第1和第2，就他们3个第1，我是第2名。女粉丝比较多。我也想知道为什么，我也想有个男粉丝，其实。就谢谢大家一直这么支持我，然后我来迪拜比赛还这么关注我，就真的谢谢大家，也希望大家继续以后多多支持我。
然后就会有一些团队的粉丝什么的，就很多那些这些来的原因呢，是因为都很优秀，所以能吸到很多女粉丝、女小姐姐什么的。
你身上有把枪，那看到敌人，那肯定直接冲上去干他。
再找一个载具，然后就是不是资源点找，然后就是整个地图到处找、到处跑、到处2个地图找人上，然后就是钢枪，然后无脑钢，然后钢我们的玩具枪呀或者什么，小时候就挺喜欢，就很喜欢那些东西。后面接触到最后接触很多游戏我都玩过，然后可能就是因为枪战类型的游戏更适合我，更上手。
不想碰到是真的，但是从来没有怕过他们。其实我们那时候就怎么说呢，圈的运气不太好，不然我们是把都能吃鸡的。说的好像我们会怕他们一样，就看法就是说，既然他们会说出，但是我们是看都没有看过他们。觉悟当然有，就是这个冠军我拿定了，你们只是我去冠军路上的垫脚石。
浪花虽微，无坚不摧。
我叫张哲宇，然后我在我们队的 ID 是秋熙，然后我来自中国国内的一家电子竞技俱乐部属于。
我是 GT 战队的阿灿，叫黄灿，来自中国。我的 ID 是 E 弟弟，然后我是一个现在是大4的学生，然后兼职是主播。
我的 ID 叫六神，然后我也是在斗鱼做一个主播。
之前没有，之前都是像这样国际性的赛事还是第一次参加。
100多万，就给我画了那个出征的照片。
我粉丝数量60万，比例的话，男生应该是60%吧，因为我有女朋友。 我觉得我们团队的配合是非常非常好的，因为你毕竟磨合了很久很久了，我觉得非常不错。
阿灿吧，因为他不容易出事，发挥比较稳定，然后也是比较听话。
定时，他是一个俱乐部的，打了最久。定时，理由就是他俩人都选完了，然后我俩不选，太尴尬了。
我就信任着队员 BT 啊，因为其他两个人都双方选的对方嘛。
我们在之前的比赛中遇到过很多强队，然后每一个强队对于我们来说就是一座大山。我们翻过很多座山，然后你不会是我们翻过的第一座山，也不会是最后一个。
你能打死我的人，但是你打不死我的灵魂。
有我们在，冠军你们别想了。
GT 出征 ，Fighting！
Towards the end there, hearing from our two DouYu teams who have shown in our first two games that they are a force to be reckoned with here at the PUBG Mobile Global Finals for Star Challenge, of course. And overall, coming into our third game, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on them once again. Joining me on the desk, as always, I have Powerbank and I have 7 Worlds Gaming. Gentlemen, I think it is fair to say that a lot of eyes are on them when it comes to not only even the next rounds, but I would say the tournament as a whole right now.
Really impressive showing so far for them, and I think people are going to continue to look to them to see if they're going to continue the dominance that they've set forth so far. I don't see any reason why not. If it were me, I'd continue to do exactly as they have, rotating early, establishing positions, and absolutely slaying anybody that comes by.
I'm expecting a lot of teams just pretty much going back to the hotel after today and just doing a lot of homework on their movement and just seeing what they're doing different from them and how they can go ahead and improve for the next couple of days.
Yeah, Team Hero here getting 4th place in the previous round, doing well for themselves. And also, we checked in with Full Send as well in the previous interviews just to hear from them. And very excited to be here to be able to play out some of these games. And now actually got some high-profile kills off the back of some of the fights that they've had against Hot Jukes, for example, going up against Wildcard.
Indeed, exclusive hanging at the top of the house, surprising Hot Jukes, taking him out, getting that quick finish on him. So really good stuff from Full Send so far this tournament. Unfortunately, Fanny went down a little bit early this last game. They're going to try to stick it out a little bit longer here in Game 3.
Yeah, more than likely they're going to go ahead and just try to play it safe and then go pretty much for the placing as well. But as we have seen, they can't get the kills if they actually, if it happens.
Right.
All right, and of course here, just checking out our DouYu teams towards the end. And it goes without repeating. Basically, so many kills have gone their way early, and we have seen that aggressive tendency work well, pay dividends for these Chinese teams. There is no reason to change their strategy. The only reason they may want to do that is if they get a catastrophic drop for some reason, but they're doing well for themselves regardless.
It's early, it's still time to establish position and climb their way up the ranks. I think that's what you'll continue to see. One thing that we've seen from the Chinese teams is they haven't been out of control aggressive. They haven't been crashing occupied compounds or anything like that. They've been establishing their own position, but they also are not shy to start those gunfights. If somebody comes by, they're going to be laying down the lead in mass.
Yeah, and they're not even missing a shot. Every single time a car goes by, it's guaranteed pretty much that somebody is going to go ahead and go down.
I mean, Cloud9 actually tried to rotate past one of the compounds where one of the DouYu teams actually were held up in. One member in each of the buildings, in all the 4 buildings. They had great coverage of that early game, and it really showed that they were able to just... They only took one Cloud9 member down, but they could have taken more.
Carnage went down, but they were lucky to get away with only 1 member going down. And another thing that I've noticed with a lot of these teams, very quick to finish off their knocks. They don't want these people to escape. They don't want them to be picked up by their teammates. So even though the team's coming to their rescue quickly, throwing smokes and whatnot, it's just not fast enough. They're getting knocked and finished almost immediately, almost every single team out here.
And that is something I like seeing. I like seeing those knocks, and if they are able to just finish them off right away, there's no point in leaving them there and trying to see if they maybe go ahead and bait them with the other players. Just get it over with.
Smart for that anyway.
Get those points and then move on to the next target.
An interesting notion that I've just thought about is the fact that all of this is TPP, and we're seeing these aggressive teams win out in TPP. Normally, that kind of favors a bit more of a defensive posture, so it's an interesting notion to think about when it comes to the results before.
As the tournament continues to move on, I'm really curious to see, especially tomorrow in FPP mode, if the Asian teams continue to dominate, or if, as it's not their preferred, playing style, maybe. we
All right.
do better.
Well, it's time to get into game number 3 now. Thank you very much, gentlemen. As I pass it over to you once again. Game number 3. There's only 2 more games today for day number 1.
And again, here comes that plane, bringing it on into the arena. We're going to be dropping a package here to start off round number 3 of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
And look at that Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
Yeah.
My goodness. The silence actually on it is pretty awesome. As we saw there earlier, they were able to pretty much throw out where they were trying to land. And look at this plane path right here. It is just pretty much going to be straight through the north of the map.
Is this even going over the main part of the island?
Oh my
Very
goodness.
briefly there on the right side of the map, but oh my gosh, you got a lot of teams jockeying for position down south. You can see LH Doyu going again probably to Novo, and this time they may have some company here as a lot of clans are doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, and more than likely, we're going to see a lot of people just trying to hop on a car, and then they might try to go to Novo and also military base, or maybe even Primorsk, because we saw Hyro there earlier going to Primorsk. And look at this, Baraka going down, but GT Akan also going down in the exact same spot. We were actually talking about this earlier. What happens if GT gets a bad landing and Akan, the reliable teammate that his team was saying he was, gets in the car and just goes away as soon as possible?
What I really liked about that drop was only one of their players went for the car. They didn't risk their whole team getting into a skirmish there. They sent one guy for the car, left the others out in a field somewhere, presumably, and they're going to go pick them up and head off to safer pasture somewhere where there's better loot. Now it looks like Team BRK is stuck here, and they're going to have to run somewhere a little bit, less advantageous. And again, we know from earlier games that BRK is definitely looking to Watertown to try to loot up.
Yeah, they keep falling here now 3 times in a row, and luckily for them, this zone is currently to their advantage. They are inside the zone, so they are going to get a little bit of time there to go ahead and loot up. But I wonder if this is going to change, right? We have seen them land here 3 times in a row now. If they don't start seeing the results that they expect, are they going to go ahead and start landing in other places? And not just BRK, also other teams. We have seen pretty much Cloud9 land right next to Evos, which at the moment, we're actually seeing Gang Angry get a kill there on one of the Hydra players, and he finishes them off right away as well.
Pyra getting another kill on Hero as well. Kenris goes down to Angry, and Gangstar's wiping him off the map early right now. Hero, man, they finished 19th in Game 1. These are the European champions, and they are getting hit hard here early in Game 3 as we continue to watch Baraka loot up here in Watertown.
Definitely. Luckily there for Gainstars, as they had a bad bash showing in the last match, but they're more than likely just trying to, you know what, they're trying to brush that off. And it was just the second game of the tournament after all in Baraka, just trying to check every single little place in this map area and clear it up.
Indeed, Baraka is still looking for the right gear here. We finally switch over to C9 Rolex. Again, looking at, I believe we're over in Milta right now, and they're looking at BTR across the road here. Rolex has got that VSS. Luxy is going to try to keep his brother alive this time. He's actually going down early last game, but ultimately BTR having a decent game in Game 2. They're going to try to repeat a great performance here in Game 3.
Interesting stuff there by Cloud9, because there is currently only 2 players from Cloud9. It is Carnage and Rolex, so they decided to go ahead and, you know what, let's not land just Nava this time. Let's just go ahead and land in Milta and just fight it out and see what we can do. And so far, it's been working for him, as Rolex was able to go ahead and get a knock. He's not able to get the kill, but at least now they know where they're at.
Both teams definitely know where each other are. Rolex able to smack him with a VSS, and again, smoke's coming out. They're going to get the pickup here, but again, C9, Rolex, and Carnage unable to be aggressive here because it's just them. They're going 2v4 right now, trying to see where their other teammates are on the map. Kodo here off on the Shelter. They've done a split drop, Shelter and Milta.
Shelter and Milta it is. Now, at this point, Rolex has more than likely had call out. They saw that they were able to go ahead and knock down somebody. Do you think Kodo and Sam are going to go ahead and start rotating towards Milta?
I don't. I think they're going to continue to loot up as they, unless they've already looted the Shelter, which is quite possible because not too much competition typically drops there. But after they loot it up, there's a good chance they'll rotate. Looks like Team Japan here is occupying the school, and again, GT Doyu right outside, stalking their prey, essentially. Again, they split drop one at the school, and a few at Rozhok again, and it looks like they've done the same here, but Six God just content to hang out with the AK. He's got level 2 everything, so bag, helmet, and armor, and he's content just to watch Team Japan do their thing and call out to his teammates what's going on. And ultimately, you're probably going to see some aggressive play again here from the Chinese team.
Gathering as much intel as they can, but Team Japan actually, it is currently split up. They have 2 at school, and they also have 2 at apartments. And look at this right here.
Arab Madness on the move, on foot. Working their way through the field here, going over the little ridges here.
We saw something similar earlier today, actually, with the Terror team from India, and it worked out for them because they didn't get a chance to run into somebody.
Senior from RRQ Athena is in the area. He's on foot as well, moving away from this compound. I wonder if they've seen him, though. He's dangerously close, and again, away from his team. Seen a lot of split drops so far from many teams this game, and we're seeing a little bit of strategy shift and a little bit of trying to take some of the smaller loot locations and loot up individually rather than all as a team, essentially.
Yeah, more than likely, as we're seeing here, teams just starting to rotate early. And look at this, Team Japan. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and just get together just in case. They're more than likely going to go ahead and get in this car and just drive away because GT Doyu is very close by, and that's a team you don't want to go ahead and encounter this early into the game. Ooh, are they trying to go that way? They are.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is a bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, GT God.
6 God. Look at that. The nade knock. He gets a knock again. And Japan in trouble. 2 members down so far and also exposed. So this is really, really bad spot for them.
And as we're talking about the finishes, look at that. They are madmen. They are going into the car and just rushing them, knocking people down left and right. GT Doyu.
Brilliant play there from the Chinese team. GT Doyu. I loved that aggressive approach because two members are down. They knew that they might lose a member or so, but they weren't going to be able to finish him off. So it was a risk well paid off there. They get the early squad wipe, and again, 4 kills on the board or another 60 points.
Something that I definitely like seeing, as you mentioned there, if you get 2 teammates down already, you know what? Just go ahead and push, finish them off, try to finish off the full-on team. And Team Terror, actually from India, it's something that they have not, yeah, it's something that they have not been doing. They knock people out, they're aggressive, and then once they knock people out, they just decide to back up.
Yeah, it's something that's been a little bit curious from them so far. Hopefully we'll see some changes to that tactic moving forward. But again, their goal may be to just survive and try to make it a little bit further. But ultimately, with kills being worth 15 points per, you got to start racking them up if you want that top 3 spots. Because right now, all the money's going to China.
It definitely is. And as we see Sam here on the UAZ, just trying to get away, maybe go ahead and go closer to his team. He has to watch out because BTR is very close by. As we can see, they even hear the car. They know Sam is over there. Sam has to watch out. Earlier, he got caught swimming.
This is really interesting. Sam all by himself, looting up shacks and all kinds of small buildings. He's off by himself. And again, if he gets in line of sight of these guys, they just don't miss. So, I mean, really kind of a risky play here from Cloud9, and I'm kind of curious to see what their strategy is to group up here moving forward and where they're going to go group up at.
The good thing now is that Carnage, Kodo, and Rolex are starting to move a little bit closer, but they do have to watch out because look at this. Now, here comes the engagement, ladies and gentlemen. With the Uzi, the big Russian bot team trying to push the action. They know that the whole squad is over there. Are they going to go ahead and get back into the car?
From Indonesia.
Oh, it is.
Actually, similar clan tags there, but holy cow, we've got C9 rushing out of harm's way here, grabbing a compound, holding up, but Bigatron, again, putting pressure on him. Zuxi and Luxi rocking those Uzis from range. Uzi, in my opinion, one of the most underrated guns in the game. That thing is an absolute laser beam, especially mid to close range.
I have definitely seen you do some work there.
But it looks like BTR, content to just kind of hang out. One of the things about PUBG Mobile that's kind of beautiful is that you don't necessarily know who you're going up against until somebody is knocked or killed. It's kind of a mystery. It's like, what team is this? Are they, super strong? Are they a top team? Are they somebody that we can take advantage of? You don't really know until you kind of feel it out, get that knock, and then you see, oh, okay, this is a fight that we want to take.
And look at this circle right here. The safe zone a little bit towards the southwest, and all these players are just trying to get there.
Look at the Galaxy team up in Stalber, way out there in the zone. They are in cars, though, heading in 2 vehicles, and they will be hitting the zone here in about an hour.
And that is a friendly zone. And look at this. GT Doyu getting the high ground, just looking at the Terror team. Are they going to be able to go ahead and finish them off here? He has them on his side. Says God knows where they're at. They have to go ahead and watch out.
Got Terror down in the compounds. It looks like GT Doyu eyeballing them, and that's something that you don't want, is that team eyeballing you. And it looks like they are aware of their presence. They're stalking once again. They might look for a knock, and if they do get that knock, look for them to come storming down the mountain. You can see right now, watching, observing, gathering intel. They haven't fired a shot yet, but you can see as they expose themselves, you're going to see them get ripped apart here if they do hold out in the open too long.
Interesting plays there by GT Akan, as he pretty much had two players standing there in the middle. More than likely, other players would already shot. They would have taken that one knock, but very, very smart plays here by him as he just decides to wait. He's trying to figure out what they're trying to do.
So he knows that they're split right now. I mean, he's got a shot. He's got, oh my goodness gracious. Look at the patience here. We've got Amit down there doing tricks. He's doing parkour, running through the compound, jumping off the cars, doing a freaking ankle grab. And then you got, GT Doyu up in the woods just watching all this madness.
Just waiting patiently, saying, I could kill you at any moment.
Pretty much. Look at this guy. I love it. He's got people in the house. What I expect to see is somebody peek the window, he's going to get the knock, and then you're going to see a compound storm at that point.
And what's interesting is it was just him looking at that compound.
Yeah.
His teammates didn't even care. They were looking just around, watching their backs, watching their sides. That's interesting. Usually when you see stuff like that, all the teams actually go towards that area and try to start getting kills. So they're playing it super smart, and as you said, just very, very patient. And now we got Arab Madness going up against BRK. BRK doing that good movement as they are pretty much on this compound. They're a little bit far away from each other, so I doubt they're going to go ahead and try to engage here unless for some reason somebody stands out in the middle of nowhere, because BRK is very aggressive. So they might not have that patience there that GT Doyu.
Yeah, definitely. Gatka's an interesting spot for a squad fight as well. The compounds are a little bit unique, a little bit far apart. Not quite the lob of grenades as you see some other places on the map. But right now we're going to transition over to full send. Looting up here is exclusive, rocking the UMP. Still only in level 1 gear. But we are going to also take a look at BTR.
BTR, and look at this map here. A lot of teams still outside this A zone, and Galaxy still all the way pretty much northeast of the map.
They're still looking at about 50 minutes for them to get to the zone.
And I noticed LHW is still in Novo too. That is the only team that is landing Novo at the moment. Nobody's challenging him, so that's a lot. That's actually a lot of good stuff for him. And something that we saw earlier as well is that Cloud9 decided to not go to just Naya, and they decided to go to Milta. Interesting
Split
plays
drop
there by
Milta and Shelter, definitely. And you saw kind of a little bit of disjointed early. They did get hit by Luxy and Zuxy's Uzis and made it out. If there was a little bit of a stronger weapon on those guys, maybe an M4, might not have been able to tell the same story.
Yeah, and the Terror team just pretty much
moving
from compound to compound. Look at
it's really early
Wildcard.
for a vehicle barricade. We're still in like the second circle, and Wildcard's got a position on a ridge right now, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but they're just trying to stay alive, and they're really taking precautions so they don't get shot from the flanks.
And right here, BTR just letting LHW pass by. Remember, this has already been looted by Cloud9, so more than likely they're going to go ahead and see that and just try to go ahead and move forward as he starts refueling his car. That way they can just make like bandits, and they're actually doing a lot of different...
Big knock there from X. Evo's taking out CPT Han.
Evo's pretty much the winners of the first round.
That's right. Evo's one of the strongest teams in the tournament, them. And they are super, super confident. And it looks like Hot Juke's getting the knock on Fusi. Oh, no. Siga taking out Caviera.
Lucifer.
BRK in trouble. Baraka goes down. They've got one member left for BRK.
Suk is going to go ahead and push back, and he has to watch out for the Terror Squad from India. Now Wildcard sees, this is what I love seeing right here. They know that they got players down. They're going to go ahead and try to push.
Blood in the water. They know, and as soon as they get somebody knocked, Wildcard is notorious for pushing and pushing hard.
Great push there by Lucifer.
There it
Lucifer
is.
being able to go ahead and Wildcard just taking out BRK, ladies and gentlemen. Wildcard being able to go ahead and secure their 4 kills. GG's, but now they have to watch out. You can't stay out for too long as Lucifer gets taken out by the Terror Squad. Terror Squad just getting pretty much taking that to their advantage.
DP from the window of the bar next door. Outsider getting shot as well. He's knocked as well. And look at this third party from RRQ Athena. Mini from across the way. D2E doing absolute work.
RRQ just taking those knocks as they're pretty much just staying still. They weren't expecting that whatsoever.
Wildcard went from a position of strength and having a little bit of party to getting shot up by 2 squads at the same time right after they just eliminated one.
Yep, and it all was pretty much because Lucifer got a little bit comfortable there looting out in the open, And then the Terror Squad just took full advantage of that. And look at this, RRQ with the aggressiveness. They know they got the players. They're going to go ahead and push. They got 1 knock. They got 2 knocks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Wildcard. Wildcard gets absolutely destroyed.
RRQ's in trouble, though. Look at this. D2E's got 1 member left. Terror Squad has an opportunity here if they've been watching the kill feed, which looks like they may or may not. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to go ahead and push.
Senior is really low. He
switches.
Oh, that was huge right there. Senior was about to bleed out. He switched person that he was healing up, and he's going to be able to pick him up. That was really, really close to having a bleed out, though.
Interesting stuff there by the Terror Squad. Once again, we see them play passive. They could have gone in and more than likely just fully outnumbered them and destroy them, but they decide, you know what, let's just go ahead and wait it out here. One thing I did like about RRQ, the last player standing, is they shoot pretty much towards their compound to scare them a little bit, and then he actually started healing up his teammates.
Absolutely. You got to fire those shots, get the suppressing fire down, and at least let them, think that you're in a position of strength, even when you may not be. But 3 members down, he's able to get all of his teammates back alive, and here we switch our focus over to Evos, who's taking a great fight right now. It looks like with his big Russian bot.
It is big Russian bot. Evos versus big Russian bot, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Torty has the AKM. His helmet, though, he has to watch out. His helmet's pretty much gone. Evos actually just, a lot of teams being super patient. It's insane. I haven't really seen this many teams being so patient. Oh, and right there.
Wow.
Talking about patient.
Once you peek, holy goodness. Evos, looks like your Ernie just absolutely got destroyed there with the mini for the window.
Ooh, that mini. You gotta watch out. You can't stay out for too long. Evos has 1 player down there. It doesn't look like they're gonna go ahead and try to sacrifice him. And another thing to point out, RRQ just knocked somebody down from the Terror Squad.
So they went from 1 person left alive to now all of a sudden they're on the assault again. Terror Squad content just to sit back and get overrun, it looks like, by RRQ. So here we are looking at Torty going up against Evos in the compound here.
Illuminate getting some huge knocks there as well. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Evos with 2 players down. They're more than likely going to go ahead and finish them off.
Evos has the potential of going out early right now. Here comes X for the save, and he gets shot up as well. They are in trouble. 1 player finished off in Bullshark, and Ernie is down. X is limited on HP. We'll see how he can do.
He does have to watch out because Torty, look at that flank by Torty. They haven't even noticed. They're currently just distracted with what's in front of them. Oh, that big grenade there by him. That Kobe, baby. Being able to go ahead and finish them off in Torty. Is Torty going to go ahead and just push the action here, trying to get a different angle, trying to distract them a little bit? That way his teammates can go ahead and just rearrange themselves and see if maybe they can just go ahead and push all together. They know they currently have the advantage with
X
players.
in the shack there. They saw him run across to save. They know he's there. Just a matter of getting in position to come in and finish him off.
And here we go. There you go. Evos X gets knocked down by Torty. Now it's up to JC. What is JC going to go ahead and do?
JC's got to get the heck out of there, man. He's going to hide. He's going to hang out. But unfortunately, the Molotov from Torty, well, that's not going to be allowed. It looks like they're going to come for him here. Oh, look at that grenade.
The grenade.
That was a beautiful grenade.
Oh, my gosh. Just barely at the door frame. He has to watch out. He's going to start getting pushed here, and he could get pushed by 4 teams, but they also have to be careful because LHW is just lurking by.
Look at the nade. Look at the nade. This is beautiful. They're going to run, jump.
Great plays here by JC.
I like how he split their squad with that.
So surrounded right now. Luckily for him, here comes the shots. Ladies and gentlemen, JC just gets
Evos
2 out.
Nice try. X goes down. JZ goes down, and that is the 17th place team right now. Evos winning one of the games earlier. Again, this competition is no joke. Everybody is good, and again, they go out early.
They do have to watch out, and look at this. Gang of Stars just passing by CPT. They probably don't want that fight just yet. And something I'm starting to notice here by Gang Stars, they are starting to get on top of the mountains now. They might have noticed a little bit from LHW and GTW going pretty much on those hills, at the top of the hills, and they want to go ahead and maybe mimic a little bit of their gameplay as well.
Indeed, Hero coming across right now on the boats from the southern island, or at least wrapping around here. They're going to be coming up from Morsk here shortly. There we've also got BTR in a boat as well. Lots of positioning and jockeying for spots going on here. RRQ, D2E getting another finish there on the Terror Squad from India.
The Terror Squad just not playing like their actual name. They're not terrorizing anybody. They're just playing super passive.
Look at this boat. It's in trouble, man. If this guy gets spotted, this could be trouble for BTR here. He's driving way out in the zone. They're driving the wrong way. What are we doing here, guys? The zone is the way you're driving. They're going to probably hang out and just look to come in late.
just try to maybe fake out some people. We saw that a little bit in the NA finals. I believe it was Wildcard when they were just playing with 3 players at one point. They were able to just wrap around the military base and just...
They're trying to come into Prim without being noticed. They went way away from shore, so they wouldn't be noticed. They're going to be coming into Prim behind everybody else. It's going to be tough, though, and there it is, Hero. Oh, man, this is tough. Pyra absolutely destroying that boat.
Hero jumps out. He jumped out just in time.
He saw the health on his boat, and he was like, listen, I ain't about to stand for this. And look at this. This boat we know is lit up.
You gotta watch out. He might be able to blow him up. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Pyra being able to go in and finish their Hero official. He still has to be careful.
He knows there's somebody in there. Yeah, he knows there's somebody in the water. Foxer jumped out just in time. He knew he blew up the boat, didn't get the kill. And look at that. He just spotted the team that came up.
Huge push here by GG as they just go ahead and push that compound. Interesting stuff though, because KWCD has the
huge play. Justice with a huge play for Korea. That was an amazing job with the gross up from the top of the roof, getting 2 knocks there.
Bad plays there by GG as they just got absolutely demolished. They thought they had the advantage there by rushing in. Little did they know KWC had some people on the roof and just finished them slowly. Actually, finished them super fast.
Yeah, you had June coming around the corner there on the flank, getting the finishes on those knock players. One interesting bit is the guys that just came across in Primorsk. Man, that was impressive. And then check this out. The longest kill distance so far by Gangstars' Pyra. 364 meters on that last mini shot taking out the boat. Very impressive.
Hey, a record is a record. And look at this. C9 Rolex just now starting to destroy people from full send. Katarina goes out. Exclusive is